dirty pads plus Lake Country System 4000 equals clean pads. I thank you. Okay folks, Lake Country System 4000 literally comes out the box like this. You've got instructions and you've got a sample of their Snappy Clean Boost pad cleaning powder. I'm going to be using this in the demonstration, but so you can get some more of this, or you can use APC. Now, this is an upgrade from their System 3000. I use a 3000, but I didn't own one. This has got less moving parts, so less to go wrong. And you'll also notice that it hasn't got this big overhang. It's just got a lip here. We'll look at how effective that is. Now, the beauty of this system is it separates your cleaning solution from the sort of polluted, dirty water. And the mechanism in which it does this, all right, and it's solidly built, all right, 160 sounds a lot, but this is probably a patent design and it's good and strong. Okay, so you'll see me do all this in the demonstration. So you're going to put your cleaning solution in there. This tube then goes into it and sucks your cleaning solution up through the mechanism, and then you prime it or cause a sort of a back pressure, and it comes squirting out of there. You're going to be doing all your pad cleaning here, which I'll show you, and then the dirty water goes sort of down under here through all the holes and collects in there. So you're continually separating your clean with your dirty water. Some systems is just sort of regurgitating progressively dirtier and dirtier cleaning solution. So they've thought about the separation piece. And it's nice and easy. That just goes there. That just goes there, all right, and you force it down so it's nice and secure. Now, the actual mechanism you'll see me do is you activate it by using your pressure pad on this. You're going to be priming the system, it'll start squirting out, and then you're using this sort of soft, rounded edge to sort of massage your pad. All right, if you need some more water, you just prime it, more water comes in and sort of it gets injected into the pad, and then you're on a low speed, spinning your machine polishing pad, okay, massaging it there, all the dirty water collects there. You're then lifting the pad gently off, spinning it, okay, and then off you go again. All right, so it's nice and good. Comes with a nice handle, so essentially you can take this with you. If you're machine polishing, you can have this right next to you. Machine polishing, clog pad, go and do your work, spin it dry, go back to work again. The beauty of this, at the end of the day, you can have a bit of a session on your pads, whereby you just loading your pads, clean, lean them out to dry, good job. It's nice, convenient and quick. Yes, you can go and do it in the sink. That's fine, okay, but that's really an end of the day activity. The beauty of this is you can clean on the fly. You can keep your pads clean as you go. Pads are expensive. This negates your need to have so many pads, all right, and you're not taking the pad off and on and off your machine. It's on your machine, using it, still on the machine, cleaning it, still on the machine, using it again. So it's convenient, all right, but like I say, in all my videos, when I'm looking at more premium accessories, the choice is yours. I am just exposing you to a facility that is available. So let's go and have a play. Okay guys, first thing you're going to do is, it says in the instructions to put 1.6 gallons of water in, so I've already done that. And we're going to use the sachet that they gave. That's the question. You can use APC. So empty the sachet in. Okay, and then you can either stir it like that. The important thing is, make sure you press down on all. It's quite a well sealed bucket, and that's it all ready. Now what you will see is, as you prime it, and I'm going to stand clear, you'll see that's how you get the solution into the pad, okay? Now, you can use pretty much any size pad on this, on a rotary, DA, force rotation, and you can use this for wool pads, microfiber pads, foam pads, and the instructions say up to a diameter of about 9-inch pads. Okay, and now I've seen lots of people using this, and they're going like this, they're putting about 15 squirts in, and they're really forcing their pads down and then they squirt again. You don't need to do that. Let the chemical and the sort of centrifugal action of the liquid working straight way through the pad do the work for you. I put maybe 4 or 5 and then I'll just massage it over. If I feel I then need some more, I'll pump it more, but you don't need to keep going out. You don't want to saturate the pads, especially if you're cleaning on the fly, because you do essentially want them to be dry. Now, this is just my way of doing it. At the end of the day, if I'm cleaning all my pads, I will use the full strength chemical. If I'm doing it on the fly, i.e. I've been machine polishing, I'm straight to this and then I'm back, I will either use water or a very, very diluted APC. The reason is, in my head, you don't want full strength chemical. Okay, you're using full strength chemical, you're going to dry it. There is going to be some residual in the pad, and I'll sort of show you how dry it gets shortly. And then you're sort of mixing that with a polish. My concern is the polish is going to react with the cleaning agent that's still in the pad, albeit at a reduced level, and it might impact the performance of the polishing pad. So on the fly, water or a very, very diluted APC. You're not going to need that much because the compound hasn't really dried and set in the pad anyway, but at the end of the day, yeah, go for it. Use your full strength chemicals, whether you're using their sachet or an APC, spin it out and then leave it to dry overnight and all that kind of stuff. But that is just my top tip, all right? That is just my way of doing it. Okay, so we're going to be using a couple of pads just to show you. Okay, now, dirty pad, used earlier. Now I'm using the Rupes. I'm going to knock the speed right down to 1 or 2. Do not use this at high speed. You want to look after your pads, and at 8, 9, 10 quid upwards, you don't want to be sort of putting lots and lots of speed and abrasion on this, because it will wear your pad out. Now, all you are doing, okay, is your 2, 3, 4, 5. That pad is wet. All right, you don't need to go look at it. You don't need to. So you see some people 10, 11, 12, no need. Okay, you're then not forcing it down, you're just turning your machine on. Low speed. And when you're doing it, you're tilting it, so you're exercising, massaging the full sort of surface area of your pad. Just do like that. And I haven't pushed down again. Notice it's on the ground, it's vibrating a bit, but it's not moving. What I'm then going to do is just elevate it slightly and turn the speed up a bit to sort of spin dry it. And then inspect. Perfectly clean pad. Okay, now you did see there is still some liquid in there. You spend a bit of time drying it. There is a bit of spray going over, so it's not going to capture everything. Okay, but if it is still saturated, okay, nice and clean. Now I've seen some demos where people have put this on sort of tissue paper and suggest it's bone dry. That's not really the case. It is drier, but if you look at this, it's still wet. Okay, so if it is really wet, just spin dry it. You can now see why you shouldn't saturate this. I mean, I probably could have got away on this pad with 2 or 3 squirts, and that'd be even drier. The cleaning chemical still would have worked, okay, but you'd then be in a position where your pad is a lot drier for applying compound on the fly and going back in. Do not drip saturate this. You can saturate if you want at the end of the day, because you're not using it straight away, okay? So that just shows you, okay, how good it is. I'm now gonna do it with a different size pad just to show you. Now this is a smaller one. Turn it down. I'm only gonna put, I mean, that's a dirty pad. I'm just gonna put 2 squirts in, and that's it. perfectly clean pad. There you go, considerably drier, all right? If you're doing this on the fly, that first demonstration where I put 4 or 5 in, too much. You need one squirt for a pad like this, and I would say a maximum of 2 or 3 for a big pad if you're working on the fly. If you're doing it at the end of the day and you're not planning to use your pad straight away, yeah, you can go for it a bit more and spend a bit more time, but it just shows you how good this system is. Okay, another demo. Large pad. This has been left a week, and this was used on a car with 2K paint. Okay, so it's got some of the paint on it. So I'm going to 1, 2. I'm going to put a bit more in on this one because that compound will have dried and set. Okay, so there's 4 or 5. I'm going to do exactly the same. Turn it down. I'm not forcing it down, I'm just literally using the weight of the machine to do it. So much cleaner. Now there's a bit around the edges. Now remember that was paint in there, okay, because that was a 2K paint, all right, and it's come up nice and clean. Do it again, okay, it'll get cleaner and cleaner, all right, so we'll do that. We'll get some water on the edges. Knock the speed down. Nearly all gone, all right, and you'll just do that again, all right. It is a fantastic mechanism for cleaning your pads. It really is good. And like I say, you can go and do it in the hand basin, that's fine, okay, but this is once you set this up, it is so convenient. It's quick, it's enjoyable to use. It's a nice bit of kit, especially if you're working on the fly. Top tips: do not press hard, go aggressively, and do not inject too much liquid in. That demonstration at the start where I used the first pad and put 4 or 5 in and it was still wet, and then I used the mini pad just with 1 and there was hardly anything left over on this pad, but it still cleaned it, is the perfect demonstration to see why you shouldn't saturate your pad, especially if you're going on the fly. So absolutely brilliant. Okay, so the beauty of this, as we've discussed, is it clearly separates the clean water from the dirty water, which is really good. Some of the other models that I've used, it's sort of constantly recirculating it, okay, and that's what I like. And it's always rewarding at the end to have a look at the sort of efforts, all right? So you can clearly see there, okay, if you come in and have a look at that, it's collected all that dirty water. So that's sort of clean, diluted compound dirt and etc. Clearly not going back in with this bung, okay, back into the clean water, and then you just pour it away. And you can see that is pretty much pure compound. So really good. Bit of maintenance at the end, clean it all up, make sure it's good for next time, and you are good to go. Okay, we've seen it in action. All right, my sort of summary top tips recommendations. All right, so in terms of its cleaning ability, can't fault it. All right, a few top tips. I usually use warm water, not boiling hot, okay, so warm water seems to work very well, and you'll naturally find it keeps quite warm because this is sort of locking in the heat. As we've already discussed, do not use too much, especially if you're working on the fly, all right? And bear in mind, you are putting a piece of electrical equipment still with power applied. You don't want to be saturating it and throwing water everywhere. So regulate and control the amount of water you use. We showed in the demonstration that little does the job, all right? So keep things safe. When you're actually exercising it, probably go for, I don't know, maximum of sort of 15, 20 seconds. Okay, you don't want heat build up, especially if you're using a rotary. Take it away, inspect it. If you need to go again, prime it with the cleaning chemical and off you go again, all right? Now the only observation with this is when you are raising it to spin dry it, you do get a bit of spray. The 3000 version did have a sort of lip over it which seemed to sort of catch the water a bit better, all right? This little lip, although it's a lot more easy to use, it is an observation, all right? But at the end of the day, my prime function of this is to clean pads. If I've got a bit of spray sort of hitting me, it's not really a major concern, but it is an observation. Okay, so really, really good bit of kit, all right? I use this on the fly all the time. You may think the price is quite high, but once you get one of these and you see how easy and convenient it is, okay, you'll see benefit, okay, you'll see value in you sort of investing in that kind of money. I like the fact there's less moving parts, it feels solid, all right, and I like the fact that it separates the clean chemical from the dirty, all right, and it's always that reward. It's like when you use a wet vax and you empty the reservoir and see all the dirt there, you get that good feeling that you've done a good job, all right? So that's our latest review. Okay, lots and lots of reviews and products coming up in the near future. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already, and feel free to join our Facebook group to see more of the stuff we do. So take care.